Welcome to Deathground. Luckily for me, I got an exclusive interview with Dan, the studio head over at Jaw Drop Games, creating this absolutely terrifying new game. Deathground is a solo and co-op survival horror game that throws players into a desperate battle for survival against deadly AI dinosaurs. That's a pretty short summary of what's going on, though I would vote to call it a terror game, because they also have experience working on other terrifying games like Amnesia. It's going to be interesting. But regardless, let's move into this. We have some exclusive gameplay clips as well to show you throughout this, and hopefully some questions that you may have had are answered. And if you were following this game, well, this may fill you in a little bit more about what's going on with the game so far. Now that you have an idea of what Deathground is about, I've secured an exclusive interview with Dan, the studio head at Jaw Drop Games. Did I say draw just then? Did I just...
It's a bit of a tongue twister, actually, when you think...
Damn it! Oh my god! What is wrong with me? Now that you have an idea of what Deathground is about, I've secured an exclusive interview with Dan, the studio head over at Jaw Drop Games. All right, Dan, what do you do over at that studio?
So yeah, I'm the studio head overseeing development, high-level design, and making sure everyone on the team is getting everything done.
All right, keep everyone's asses in gear. I like to hear it. Now, the first thing I want to jump into, because I'm super excited, and I want to confirm this with you, Dan, I want you to name the biggest title games you guys have worked on. Anyone on your team, I want to know, what do you have to inspire us? What hope are you about to give us? What glint of hope are we going to see in those eyes of yours?
So our studio is composed of team members whose previous efforts include major involvement in the developing and shipping of titles like Cube 1 and 2. I was involved with Hugh. Our game director was the game director for Dirt 5. And also worked on a number of popular titles. Our team members have worked on horror games like Soma, Amnesia Machine for Pigs, and multiplayer games like Depth and Pacer. Our sound designers worked on nearly all of the Total War games and contributed to Alien Isolation.
Everyone who's anyone pretty well knows Amnesia. They know the perfect everything about that game and how damn scary it is, and then knowing that people who have overseen or worked on Amnesia are also working on this project as well, and the fact that the word terror is thrown around, oh god, it's gonna be so good. Oh man,
that's actually gameplay from the current demo we have.
Okay, you guys have a demo right now that you can mess around with.
Correct, yes, it's playable, it's co-op playable, but it's not really ready to send out to anyone to play.
Okay, yeah, I get what you mean. I'm assuming you guys have something a little bit more polished up and stuff like that, though. Is that safe to assume?
Well, yeah, you can see on the Kickstarter and the Steam page the GIFs, and that's actually taken from the build. That's actual gameplay with art and everything in there.
Oh wait, hang on. These, hang on. Let me just. We're over here on the Kickstarter right now. They've received some substantial funding really fast, but you mean like all of these screenshots? They're not just like staged or created for hype and stuff. Like these are actually working in the demo that you guys have been building so far. Like this is actually working, and this is how the game plays so far. Not, you know what I mean?
Are you talking about the GIFs, right?
The GIFs, yeah, the GIFs.
Yeah. That's all game. That's literally me actually playing the game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's all real. Like you can do a 360 with the mouse, and it wouldn't, it look like a game.
How long have you guys been working on this game then? Because like it literally popped up out of nowhere, and like it's taking off right now. Everyone's getting super excited. How long have you guys had this in production?
So the actual concept has been floating around for years, and of course we're dinosaur fanatics and big into horror games. But actual development has been around 6 months, and that's mainly world building, creative strategy, and production. Actual build development is like 2 to 3 months, and everything you see is early gameplay by a small team in a short amount of time.
So what is the ultimate, like if you got everything you had ever wanted for the game and funding, how much would it actually take for this game to be at its best potential? Just you can do whatever you want with it and everything that you had wanted with it and provide everyone with what they want to experience. In terms of funding the game, what would you need to see to have this game at its very top of the top status, like it gets everything and anything that it ever needed or wanted?
So it's really how long is a piece of string. We're able to deliver a fun, playable core game experience with a good amount of content for the amount we're asking for, and we've also self-funded a lot of pre-production and will continue to do so. Beyond that, more funding simply means more content, more dinosaurs, maps, weapons, items, character classes, and that kind of thing.
Alright, so everything looks pretty... I'm not gonna lie, man. It looks pretty damn cool. Like, these gifts are actually really cool. I like what I see here. As far as DLC content, what do you plan for the future of this game? Like, longevity, I know replayability was really big, I believe, in this whole page. What happens with this game when you have updates? Are they free updates? Do you have to buy DLC? Are you going to be selling DLC content before the main game is pretty well out to the public, like select individuals, or what's going on there?
Again, yeah, this is to be unveiled fully over time, but our goal is to support this game with mini updates, free updates, you know, such as new maps and character classes, dinosaurs, and that kind of thing, to keep it fresh. Very much like the Dead by Daylight sort of model.
Do you plan? Oh, it's gonna be popular if that's going by the Dead by Daylight motto. Oh man, that game's so popular. Do you have plans to give the dinosaurs in any way, shape, or form, or capacity, special abilities, or perks, perk systems? You know, like, it's one thing that I know is really popular with people, and I'm gonna reference a game called The Isle real quick. There are strains in the Isle, and basically you have your normal Rex, which is completely grown up, and then something happens to it. No one really knows what happens yet, but they know that it exists. There is a Hypo Rex, a Type H Rex, that then, you know, it's basically a big armored hulking version of a Rex. Do you have any plans to introduce a system of talents or anything where, you know, a dinosaur, for instance, that you're dealing with, there might be a boss variant of that is a bigger, badder looking version of, like, holy crap, this thing is an amalgamation of DNA or something?
Yeah, like I think the, you know, going crazy with that sort of stuff down the line is something that excites us. Each dinosaur having its own attributes that affect the gameplay, from all the smallest dinosaurs all the way to the biggest guys. And yeah, over time we would love to play with those attributes and customize them to really go to town on what some of those dinos can do, and play with the game's mechanics in different ways. I think could be really exciting.
All right, so one really popular thing I think people are going to want to know is, will you be able to play as any dinosaur that is featured in this game, or any animal, really, I guess, or that beautiful looking T-Rex that I see here?
Yeah, of course. You know, that's something we've thought about in the past, but really right now we're focused on AI dinosaurs, so the experience can be crafted and tailored towards the players. And so, for example, if someone playing as a raptor or whatever doesn't join the game, or they go AFK, or they end up just charging around, I think that the game we're making right now is focused around players as humans. But in the future, as a PvP style mode, I think we'd be open to exploring that. But it just depends on resources and everything with the game development. But I think that could be a really fun mode to integrate.
Now, what about mod support? How is that going to work? Will there be any plans for mod support? Are you going to allow it at all? Are you open to it? There's a massive mod community out there. People love modding games. I know almost every game that I play has some form of modability, or mod support is intended for the future. And mod support could also play into this idea of people possibly playing as the creatures as well in the future, if you guys explore that. But what are your thoughts on mod support? Are you going to allow mod support, or how is that going to work with you?
It's something we haven't thought about in tons of detail just yet, and again, it's something we would think about more in full production. But you know, as a gamer myself, I think that mod support would be awesome. There's things we have thought about, like a theater mode and being able to sort of create your own videos, machinima, that kind of thing. But once again, that's something that would come further down the road if we can do that. So yeah, it's kind of an open-ended question at this point in time, so I can't really confirm it.
So far on the production of Deathground, I know you've been working on mechanics and we've seen the GIFs and little video snippets and stuff. I am just curious though, the placeholders that you currently have in play on that demo to make sure that things are working correctly and they're going in a direction you want them to go. Do you have any custom assets actually available within your own demo, or are these just placeholder assets that you're using to test systems and everything is exclusively placeholder for now until funding goes through? You gauge the public interest of me and many people out there. What are your thoughts on that, and what's the story on that?
So the important stuff will be custom assets, like using the latest paleontology to inform dinosaur designs, and this is why our community is so important to help guide. But we know that what we are hitting now is really just the beginning of the ultimate potential for the game. The dino designs and animation are very early, of course, and will get far more work. And yeah, there are some placeholder assets in the game right now. However, we have the experience to know where resources are best spent. So it's about optimizing production so that the maximum amount of time is really put into the things that matter, like the dinosaurs.
So I want to make a note real quick right here, just between all of us. So I know many of you were probably turned away by the idea of using placeholder assets, given the fiasco we had with Day of Dragons, and if you were there for that or you supported that game, you probably know where this is going. I know some of you are probably discouraged right off the bat from the get-go because of what happened with Day of Dragons and the idea of placeholder assets. I want to give you my personal opinion on it real quick. So if there was a totem pole and you had Day of Dragons and you had Deathground, Day of Dragons would be at the very bottom, just because they had no gameplay mechanics, they had no real demo of cool mechanics being used. I mean, they didn't even really have lighting or anything. And then you move to Deathground, I would say is near the top of the damn totem pole. Even though they use some placeholder assets, they have many different concepts that I'm sure are currently in production. And on top of that, the main thing that you need as proof that something's happening is their gameplay. They have actual footage of them playing this demo. They have mechanics that have been worked on. They have an entire team. Remember, Day of Dragons with Jago, it was only one guy who said he was going to program the entire damn thing. Look where it is right now. Yeah, it's not very far, is it? And then you got these guys over here who not only reference earlier in this video have worked on incredibly big title games, very executive style stuff. They also have a team. They have an entire team working on this. So I'm very, very confident in this compared to previous fiascos that will not be mentioned any further as far as I'm concerned. I wanted to sit down with you for a second and give you my thoughts on it. I see some serious potential. All right, so we've sat here learning a lot about Deathground, and now I have some exclusive clips to show you, given to me directly from Dan. You've probably already seen little snips actually as we have been going through this video, little teasers for new things. But anyways, Dan, give me a timeline from start to public demo to finished product. Can you tell us when to expect the next dinosaur survival game to sweep the market?
Sure, so we're looking at early access for Kickstarter backers late 2021 and then public availability in 2022.
Do you have any plans to do anything for 2020 at all, or is this just going to be marketing, PR, showing people what you guys want to do and moving forward from there, seeing how interested the public is?
Yeah, so this year is going to be focused on development. Of course, backers on the Kickstarter will be getting exclusive updates for the game, so there's incentives there. But in terms of anything publicly playable, that won't be this year.
One thing that crossed my mind is I see this game and then I think of a base defense type of thing. You know, Call of Duty and Nazi zombies. Are you going to have Nazi dinos? What's going to happen with that? Are we going to have a mode like that? What's going on? Has that ever been on the table? I'll be 100% serious. That'd be kind of sick, actually, to be honest with you. But I'm just curious. Like, is that type of game mode something that you guys would be interested in? Zombie dinosaurs or something?
In terms of mechanics, so where you've got to sort of defend this base, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Good question. It's actually something we haven't thought about, but I think that could work pretty well actually. But once again, yeah, I think another mode further down the line.
All right, finally, Dan, do you have any closing words you would like to say, or any last minute things you would like to plug in? Your Twitter accounts, your studio accounts, websites, anything about the game you would like to share with the lovely people currently watching?
Yeah, so thank you for having me on the channel. And if you want to go and support the game, head over to deathgroundgame.com, and all the links are there for the Kickstarter and the Steam page. So yeah, you can head over to our Discord channel and join the conversation there. We're on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, back in the Kickstarter. We would really appreciate your support.
All right, Dan, thanks for showing up. I know I was a little bit late to the party, but the party's here now. Guys, I will see you on the Deathground. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like on it. Go check them out over on their Discord. I will pin a comment down below for you to join the conversation with them. They also have other social media. You can check them out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that fun stuff as well. Go support the game. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one.